Hello guys, welcome and thank you for joining our webinar today on what is coaching. My name is Melissa Coleman and I'm co-hosting with beautiful Jennifer Pratt, and we're just super excited that you're even considering learning about this opportunity. And we've created a fun little webinar with a presentation, and we just want to walk you through kind of a little bit about our stories, our journeys, and then how you can actually be a part of this team too, and how you can get signed up if you choose to. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Here we go. Let me present. Okay, you should be able to see the big screen here. Okay, so like I said, this is me and Jennifer Pratt. She has been a coach for about 2 years now on this team, and she was one of those people that I just wanted on my team from the very beginning. I literally remember the very first call I had with her, and trying to, get her to join my team. I just knew she had that personality, the motivation, and the heart that I wanted to join my team. And unfortunately, it took her a year to join, but that's okay. It's all part of the journey. And sometimes you got to do it, when you're in the right spot. So needless to say, I'm just super excited that I am now 2 years later. We've been teammates for a while now, and it's just fun to get to, we actually met each other through a Bible study back in Orlando, Florida. And I think our anniversaries are the exact same day. So, which is kind of cool. And I just always felt super connected to Jenn, and I didn't know exactly why, but God has a plan for everything. And I'm just glad that our paths crossed. So same thing for you. If you're on here tonight, like you met Jennifer for a reason, or you met, any of her team, like the person that invited you to this call, I strongly believe that everybody is called just to know each other for a certain reason. So it's fun when you actually figure that out. And I'm pretty sure this is why we met. So anyways, let's get into it here. What is this whole coaching thing about? A super quick story about me. I don't want to take up too much time. I am a wife. I have a mom of 2. I began this coaching journey when my daughter was 2 years old, and I moved to a new city, and I basically didn't have any friends, and I needed to get out of the house. I was going a little bit stir crazy, but also I needed to help my family pay some bills. We got ourselves into a bad car payment situation, and I just wanted to live a little bit more comfortably and go to Target without having to explain my bill to my husband. So really, this job saved our marriage, because now I can go to Target and not worry about it. No, but I always had a passion for fitness. I just didn't know exactly how to make it into a job. And like I said, I really wanted to stay home with my daughter. I didn't want to go off to work and put her in daycare. And so when I asked my coach about, okay, what is this whole thing about? She basically told me it was centered around fitness and helping people, and it was online, so I could do it from home. So I just trusted her. I knew that she wouldn't steer me in the wrong direction, and she told me how I could get started. I'm like, okay, worst thing that's going to happen is I get an awesome fitness program. Sign me up. I'm just going to try it out. And I'm here 3.5 years later, still loving it, even more and more passionate about it as the day goes on. And so I'm forever grateful that my coach invited me to do this whole thing. Let's see. So 3 years, I started off kind of being more of a, let's just try this out. I don't know where it's going to go, but it quickly turned, I saw the potential in the business part of it. And now we are completely out of debt. We moved into a beautiful home that was on my dream list for a long time. It was what kept driving me. I really wanted a backyard for my kids to play with. And with my husband's job, we moved around a lot. So that was apartment to apartment to apartment. And it really just annoyed me not having a place that, we could paint the walls, or I wanted a place to call home basically at the end of the day. And with the help of Beachbody and my husband's income, we were able to just purchase that house about 6 months ago. So that was my huge victory. And was kind of my why. So anyways, just living our life by design. Now I get to wake up every day and spend it with my kids. I have 2 now. And then if you're reading this slide, those are just a couple of things that I'm passionate about. Natural childbirth, coffee. I literally wake up with coffee and I go to sleep with red wine, and I genuinely love empowering others. So if you are listening to this and you're like, I really love going on Pinterest and looking at all those empowering quotes. That's there for a reason. Your passions are there for a reason. And I hope that you can, after listening to this webinar, you figure out how and why you can tie it into Beachbody and becoming a coach and empowering others. So with that said, that's basically my story in a nutshell. And I'm going to turn it over to Jennifer Pratt. And I kind of did a little introduction on her before, but this is her beautiful face. I love her pretty photos. And I'm just going to turn it over to Jen. Let you introduce yourself, girl.
Awesome. Hey guys, so I'm Jenn Pratt, and the best way to describe me is I am a God-fearing, Jesus-loving wife that is a fur mama, and my family calls me Buddy the Elf because I don't know a stranger. So I meet somebody and I want to get to know everything about them. I want to know what their favorite color is, what drives them, and I think that that's really cool. It's kind of unique for me. I am a diamond coach. I have been, just like Melissa said, I've been coaching for about 2 years, and I'm the founder of Team Ablaze. I want our team to start a fire that can't be stopped. I want to make a difference, and I'm a total foodie. I love me some food. Put it in my face. I love experimenting in the kitchen. I love all of that stuff. So the other thing I want in life is I want a freedom of my time, freedom of my own schedule, and I want to be able to give back freely to God. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. And if you know me at all, you know that they're all very true. So Mel, hit the next slide for me, please. So we're very, very appreciative that y'all are hopping on and learning about this opportunity. So what we're doing is, if you are watching this live right now, whoever invited you to this call, please send them a message and let them know that you're listening right now, because we're going to give away a free Fixate cookbook to one person that's listening live. So that's about it for that one. Mel, next slide.
You want to give them a second to do that?
Yeah, we can do that too.
Shouldn't take too long. You can either text, get on your phone real quick, and just text the person, like Jen said, text the person who invited you to this call, or Facebook message them.
Yeah.
Okay, next slide.
That was enough time. Hurry up. No, I'm kidding. So a little bit about me. I am the youngest of 5 kids. I come from a really big family. I do have a degree in exercise science, and I love all sports. I love just playing anything and everything and pushing my limits. I was probably 40 pounds heavier in college, so I've been the girl that's been uncomfy in her skin. It gets me a little emotional because I want to help people like that now, because nobody deserves to feel that way, and nobody deserves to talk to themselves that way. I am not insecure anymore, but I was back then. So whenever I looked in my closet, I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. I didn't feel, nothing looked good on me. I didn't want to walk into a room because I thought people were going to look at me, sort of thing. If you've been there, you know that that is not a cool place to be. So on a happier note, I'm a licensed massage therapist, moving right along. Licensed massage therapist in Ohio and Kentucky. I love running. I moved away from family in 2010, and I knew that joining Sean in life and getting married to him was going to be a change because I'm so close to the family, but I didn't realize that it would be that hard to be away from them. So because I was massaging and doing all of that in Ohio, there are state-by-state regulations, so I wasn't able to massage whenever I moved down to Florida initially. And with his job, we were moving all over the place. So I picked up retail. So, retail, you work weekends, you work nights, you work whenever they need you, and you work holidays, and you do all of that. So with that, you kind of find yourself eating out of convenience and eating out of, just habit and simplicity. So I started paying attention to the foods I was eating because I had heartburn every day. I couldn't get rid of it. I had all of the bloating, and I realized that I was gluten and dairy intolerant then, and I started just paying attention to what I ate a little more. We moved around a lot, and shortly in one of the locations we were living, I think it was in Missouri, one of my records wouldn't transfer over when I was trying to find a new doctor, and then it was in 2013 that I was diagnosed with premature ovarian failure, and they confirmed a lot of the fears that I had about being able to start my own family. So I moved away from my family, and in the hopes of starting my own family with Sean. And while I do have my own kids, they're my dogs. But basically being diagnosed explained a lot of the issues that I grew up with and a lot of the reasons why my health was the way it is. So without having known cause for the premature ovarian failure, they call that POF, which was a lot of the menopause symptoms. I dove even further into what I ate and what I fueled my body with. So I was focused on me, I was focused on my goals, and I was a runner, and I wanted accountability with everything else in life. So this was the time that I started really finding who I was as a woman and as a Jesus girl, and just really learning about life. So before, I was the girl that would compare herself to other people. I was the girl that was insecure. I was the girl that just was a little unsure about what life had planned for me. So Mel, hit the next slide.
Well, first, before I go to the next slide, I'm so glad you got emotional and have that. We talked before this call, and she's like, I hope I don't get emotional. And I said, I hope you do, because it comes from a very genuine place. And like, you know, it makes her get emotional because it's real and it's true. And I'm appreciative of how open you are with your journey, because I know that you've touched a lot of people's lives that way. And I'm just excited to see what God does in your life. But thank you for getting emotional, because it shows the authenticity of you. But now I'll go.
Okay, thanks, Mel. So Melissa saw something in me, and like she said, the first time when I first got married, that was when I met Melissa. So she was really being away from family. Your friends become your family. So she became a really, really good friend of mine. And I think we connected more when I moved away from Orlando, and we just kept in touch over social media, which is pretty cool. But kind of the nature of this business too, because we are online a lot. But she just saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. And that's really, really what I needed at the time, especially going through all of the POF and being away from family and, you know, just the struggles of everyday life. So Melissa, I would say, pursued me. I don't know if that's the right word, but she saw something in me. So she reached out to me and she said, you should try this. And I want you on my team. I see something in you. I want you to be a part of this. And I just was afraid. And I said, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't have what it takes. And the old me kind of slipped into place. And it was like, you don't have what it takes. You aren't enough. You aren't in good shape. You don't have what it takes, period. So after a year of sorting through that, and all of it kind of surfaced, I didn't surface with those objections. I surfaced with, I don't think it's for me. I don't really see the value in it. And I just made excuses one after another. So after a year of this, I was like, you know what? Why not? Why not? Why can't this be the avenue that God wants me to face my premature ovarian failure? Why can't it be the way that I meet new people going through the similar thing with infertility? Why can't it be the way to connect with other people that have dairy and gluten issues, and you know, just to really be me and grow in that. So emotion again, lock it up. You lock it up. So now, after about a year and a half of coaching, I'm in the best shape of my life. I know who I am and I know whose I am, and that helps me face a lot of fears that I have. I know that I have what it takes. I love the accountability that it comes. So I used to be I'm injured right now, so I can't really run, but I used to be a runner and I could do cardio all day long, but I couldn't keep that same, motivation. I couldn't drive myself for strength training. And I knew that that was important with the osteoporosis, high risk that I have with the POF. So I needed that accountability. So with the accountability groups that we run as a coach, that's really, really a big driver for me, because it helps me show up when I don't want to show up. So now I push my limits. I'm relying on my faith in the moment, And I used to be the insecure girl, but now I want to pay it forward and help the insecure girl because I know I'm confident now. And I meet so many new people, so many people of similar interests, similar faith, so many wives that want to make a difference in their husbands' lives and be the supporter for them. And I'm dreaming big. So it's kind of like I have something for myself right now. So while I am a wife and I am all of those things, I am a fear-facing Jesus girl that wants to pay it forward, that is able to pay it forward. And I meet fringers. They're the strangers that are your friends that you don't really know, but you know really well. So that's what I call a fringer. So a lot of you are probably my fringers right now. And I'm so grateful for you because you help me be the best version of myself, which is huge. With Beachbody, you get to go on some really, really cool trips and be surrounded by like-minded people. So on this slide, you'll see pictures of Melissa and I and Stacy. She's one of my dear friends, and we all had the chance to go to Summit last year, and we worked out with Sean T live. I mean, come on now. You guys have seen his infomercials. I don't know if you have any of his programs, but he is the bomb. I love him. But that's a picture of us doing a live workout with him. I signed up for the Punta Cana trip in 2017, which is just Beachbody's way of giving us a trip for helping people. How cool is that? You'll see my transformation picture at the bottom. That was the picture on the left is when I first started coaching. And then the picture on the right is a year later, which there's a huge difference, but it's more the difference on the inside that I noticed than the external one. And then the Summit picture with all of us on the team, we're all jumping up there. I mean, we know each other really well, and we thrive in this community that we've created, that Melissa's created. So thank you for that, Mel. Picture of me and Sean at the bottom. And okay, so after Summit last year, we were sitting in the airport, Melissa and I were having a little lunch, kind of recapping over the excitement and how cool it was. And we were just kind of on a high. And Tony Horton's walking by, you know, the P90X dude, the funny dude, he's walking by, and I was like, oh, hey, Tony. And he comes over to us and introduces himself. Like, he is a real person. He does make a difference in people's lives by starting all of these programs and creating them, but he was so down to earth. And I love that he's a part of a company and we're a part of a company that creates that environment for people. So Mel, I will let you take it from here and talk about what this actual coaching thing is about that I keep raving on and on about.
All right. That was a good day. I'm so glad that you had the courage to even step outside and say, hi, Tony. And that he came over. That was really awesome. Just to reflect a little bit on this slide here, from my point of view, I know you got into coaching really like looking forward to the accountability. I feel like that was kind of, you know, you talked a lot about that in the challenge groups, and we'll get into that in a little bit, like how amazing the challenge groups hold you accountable for your own fitness journey. But I really like looking at all these slides, and like you said, your friends and being away from your family. Our relationship really did grow online, and it's kind of like if you follow a blog, like I don't know if any of you guys are bloggers or on Pinterest, but if you're you can really feel like you start to know somebody when you're reading about their lives every day. And that's kind of what we do as coaches. We kind of use our Facebook feeds as our blogs and turning what we feel like is a mess in our life. Like, for example, your POF or your gluten intolerance, like things that we're scared of or that are not perfect in our lives. We take that mess and turn it into a message. And Jenn has done an amazing job by that. And she ends up attracting people like her old self, like the insecure people, or, and she's really able to genuinely help them because, she's been there. So I don't know if there's something that you have, in your life that you feel like is a mess, but you have a way to turn it into a message. Like, this is an amazing outlet for that. So I just wanted to say that, and kudos to Jenn for doing it.
Thanks, Mel. Thank you.
You are welcome. So what is this whole coaching thing about? What do we actually do? So in a nutshell, honestly, we're a big online community of lots of different men and women at different walks of life, different stages of different stages of your fitness journey. Some people get started when they are beginning their weight loss. And I actually think that's somewhat of an advantage because, like I always say, if you're watching The Biggest Loser, the TV show, if you watch that show from the beginning to the end, you feel like you know that person. You know their struggles, you know that they love pizza, you know what their weakness is, you know their background. And so when you see that final transformation of them revealing on that last day, stepping out of that box, you know, you like cry for them because you watched their entire journey. And that's honestly kind of what this coaching thing is all about. If you're starting from the beginning of your weight loss journey, we encourage you to share, you know, from whatever platform you choose. Some people do Instagram, some people do face-to-face, just like live meetups with people, or the biggest one is on Facebook. And really just sharing your journey. But then, like for me, for example, I was an old spinning instructor, so I was in decent shape. So I was like, how am I going to promote these programs without actually having like a huge without having a huge physical transformation? And just like Jenn said, like really the transformation comes from the inside. You know, if you're in that kind of position and you're still able to help people, you know, if you're still in good shape, as long as you're doing the programs and stuff like that. So it's really all about sharing your journey and exactly what you're going through. Before I was a coach and I was in a new city, I was home at night, just sitting there waiting for my husband to get home, kind of like a little desperate housewife, I guess you can call it. And now I love that coaching has given me kind of an outlet, a hobby, if you want to call it, like something to do for myself. So that even if Ron is, you know, my husband's name's Ron, if he's away at like a guy's night or something, it gives me something to do. I'm like, all right, cool, go out. I need to check into my challenge group and stuff. So anyways, like Jenn said, a lot of the transformation comes from the inside. And really, coaching is just all about sharing that journey with people. We do, let me see what the next slide is. Okay, so we do have programs that we promote, and they're all the Beachbody ones. But if you talk to people, people don't necessarily know or haven't even heard of Beachbody. They really have heard of P90X, Insanity, 21-Day Fix. So we rep those types of programs and Shakeology and stuff like that. The meal replacement shake that we all drink. And if you're, where was I going with that? Sorry. So we have these products that we rep, but just like Jenn said, she is a runner. So she also promotes, whenever she did her marathon training, she really just took people on that journey of her running journey, which is pretty cool. And I love that. We have a lot of coaches that do CrossFit. We have nurses, we have teachers, we have all kinds of different people, and whatever fitness lifestyle journey you're on, that's what we promote. And we're really big on just being a positive light in other people's lives. So really, we are like a promoter of all things positive, just keeping, you know, turn that frown upside down kind of personality. Let's see. I actually like to call myself, I don't call myself like if you meet me, I'm not like, hey, my name's Melissa, I'm a coach. I am more like, I'm a fitness, online fitness motivator. That's kind of my title. So you can kind of call yourself whatever you want, but in the coaching world, we call ourselves coaches. But really, you know, I know that's a fear of some people, is like, well, I'm not in the place to even call myself a coach. I don't want to be judged by that. Okay, call yourself a lifestyle motivator. You're on this journey to begin your lifestyle of being healthy and eating clean and all that jazz. So really, you can call yourself whatever you want. But there's a couple common misconceptions that I just kind of want to bring up. And things that we do not do, okay? One of my biggest fears before I became a coach is I did not want to be like salesy on Facebook. I had seen other people, other like MLMs and stuff like that, selling candles or vacuums or, you know, I don't even want to name all the things, but there's a way to do it. And we really do teach you and train you and just encourage you to authentically be yourself. We don't want you to be salesy. We're not sales driven. We're really all about helping people. And I think that genuinely sets us apart from most other home-based things. And we don't want you to be salesy. Hopefully, if you follow either me or Jennifer or, you know, Stacy, whoever's you know, invited you to this team, you recognize that and you see, wow, they're doing it right. They're sharing their journey. And that's what we do. We don't just rep a bunch of products. We really, you know, just share the journey of what we're on. We don't have to be, professionals. We're not, and we tell people we're not nutritionists. We're not all personal trainers, that kind of thing. You don't have to be if you're genuinely just sharing your journey. So if you're sitting there thinking, I'm not qualified to do this, yes, you are. We have all different types of people. You don't have to be a fitness guru, and you don't need 1 million hours to do this, guys. Like I have 2 kids running around. When I started this, it was 1, and I made the choice. I decided I'm going to wake up, an hour before them, have my alone time. I'm going to work during nap time or after they go to bed or something, so that I could still be genuinely present in their lives. I refuse to be that mom that's in front of the computer all the time while my kids are at the playground or something. So just like our workouts, if you have if you want to make time for this, you will make time for it. We kind of tell people, if you can dedicate 1 hour a day, focused hour, and we give you a list of things to do, you can be successful at this. It doesn't happen overnight. It is it happens after a while. It's not an overnight success story. It takes time, but it's something that you're going to enjoy the entire process. Let's see. You can read the we don't and the we do. So we do. We host online fitness groups. Hopefully you have been in one. If not, that is the first step. If you have never been in a challenge group before and you're still kind of thinking about this whole coaching thing, I encourage you to join a challenge group. Ask your coach if you can be in the next one. So once you've been in a challenge group, then you kind of understand a little bit more about what we're talking about, just motivating each other each day. It's accountability. After you work out, you take a picture, you post it in that private group. At the end of the group, you share your before and afters. We have weekly prizes. They're just a lot of fun. And like Jen said, really ups your accountability and helps you finish those programs. So many people, maybe you are one of those people that ordered P90X and it's sitting in your closet. I found out that my mom ordered P90X before I even became a coach, and she's never done it. It's collecting dust in the thing. And that's what we do. If somebody orders a program from us, T25, Insanity, 21 Day Fix, you name it, we help them finish the program. That's our job. Via online and holding them accountable. And Beachbody is amazing, and we're going more, into the online fitness area. And so we can now stream our workouts. We're having a challenge group app that's coming out this month, which is going to be amazing. So you can just check in, show that you ate healthy meals and stuff like that, all through the app, which is going to be really cool. And then the other thing is, we make a lot of friends via social media. Like, I'm so thankful that I met Jen in real life, but really grew our friendship online. But the same thing with the accountability groups. That's where you really get to meet people. We have team calls. If you sign up with us, you're not just going to be like thrown to the wolves to figure it out. Jen is going to help you, like train you, or just like a real job, we give you training. So the only thing that's different is that you really get to decide when you work and how much you want to work. And honestly, I say work, but I'm sure Jen is sitting there laughing too, because we love it. It's hard to even call it work. So anyways, if you have not tried a fitness program or Shakeology, that's obviously the first step to make sure you want to do this, because how can you talk about something and promote something if you haven't even done it, or if you don't love it? So we want people on our team that love the products, love Shakeology, and love to help people. So on the next slide, Jen is going to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about the different types of programs we have.
Yeah. And Mel, I just want to touch on what you said about you sharing your journey. Like when you started, like all I saw from a distance online was you showing up every day. Like you had a little girl, you were in a new location, but you still showed up. You explored the city. Like I felt like I knew what you were doing, and I was all the way in New Hampshire at the time. Like it was just really, really cool to be able to connect with you, and you were doing the Beachbody stuff. Like we just connected for that, and you were just sharing what you did day in and day out, and that's just so cool. So thank you for being you and being authentic. So like Melissa was saying there, Beachbody has made a ton of different products, and I think part of me, like I'm kind of a nerd, but don't judge for that. But part of me likes because I have like the exercise science background, I like to make sure that what I'm getting into is legit and that it is scientifically sound too. So Beachbody has made all kinds of different programs. There's the 3-day refresh. I've personally done 3-day refresh, PIO, 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, which is the little more extreme version of it, dialed in nutrition even more, and the workouts are going to be a little more intense. of course, there's the P90X, P90X2, 3, and then Shanti is my all-time favorite. I love the high intensity training. So he's done. Insanity was my first program that I ever did with my sister. And that was before I was even a coach. And then they came out with Insanity Max 30. There's T25 and the Master's Hammer and Chisel, which is what I was doing when I injured my ankle. Clear the space, people. Clear the space. Don't get injured when you're working out at home. And of course, I've done Shakeology. Y'all have heard of Brazil butt lift. But there, I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. And the point is, there's something for everybody. We don't hate if it's your first time working out. I mean, there's a program for you. So don't ever think that you don't belong, because you do. Melissa, hit up that next slide unless you want to add something to that.
Yeah, hold up. I just want to talk, because some people maybe haven't even tried Shakeology before. And, we don't want to go into too much detail, but it is a huge part of our business. So I kind of just want to hear your take on it. I know before you started it, you researched the ingredients like crazy. So how has Shakeology really, been in your life? Like, what positive things have come from it?
Yeah, well, since, I'm gluten and dairy intolerant and the premature ovarian failure, we don't know the source of the POF, but we think, I had my DNA tested, I had checked for tumors and all of that good stuff, and all of it came back good, which is a praise, but what's the cause of it? So we don't know. So we think it's directly related to the foods and the pesticides and the chemicals and the genetically modified foods. And that's kind of scary, because I want to know what I'm fueling my body with. And that's why I did so much research on the Shakeology, because I wanted to know that what was in it is really what was in it. So Beachbody does extensive testing on the soil that they find the ingredients in, and they do extensive testing on the actual ingredients themselves to make sure that the nutrients they're saying are in it are actually in it. And I think that is so freaking cool, because I know what I'm fueling my body with. I feel the effects. People will come up to me and be like, your hair is gorgeous. It's growing so fast. What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm drinking my Shakeology, because it really is the healthiest meal of the day. And I feel corny saying that, but it really, really is. And it's clinically proven to reduce blood sugar, which it did on my dad in a month. Clinically proven to reduce cholesterol, and it's going to help you lose weight too. So there's that.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen. And yeah, I was a little bit more blindly. I went into it. I was drawn more into the fitness programs types of things. And I was like, what's Shakeology? I never heard of this stuff before. So I did research it before I signed up to be a coach. And I found a lot of good stuff about it. And I was like, hey, I'm just going to try it. And then I ended up loving it. And I came from a place where my daughter was super duper picky. And I found myself eating hot dogs and mac and cheese and chicken nuggets at dinner or lunch, because that's all she would eat. She was so picky. And that started making me feel like poo, because I was fueling myself. And I don't even like saying that that's what I fed her all the time, but if any of you have picky eaters, you understand the struggle. So for me personally, I was like, at lunchtime I would feel so gross. And then I started replacing my lunch with Shakeology, and I felt so much better. It was kind of like my afternoon coffee. It gave me my second burst to finish out the rest of the day. So genuinely, I do love Shakeology for all of its ingredients, but it literally just makes my life easier. And it takes 5 seconds to make. All I need to have is some almond milk and a little peanut butter, which I always have. Chocolate is my absolute favorite. I know Jen is vegan chocolate. So anyways, everybody has their favorite, but anyways, I just wanted to touch base on that, because some people listening may not actually drink it. So I just wanted to let you know everybody comes into it for a different reason. So
yeah, thank you for that.
There you go, Jen. Tell us how we make a living doing this.
Well, whenever somebody comes to us or we approach somebody about, an upcoming accountability group or anything like that, part of what we do is we set them up with a program. And anytime we start somebody on with a challenge pack or Shakeology or whatever, we get a 25% commission off of anything that we help them with. And then there's also the team cycle bonuses, which as you build your own team, that's when all of this starts accruing. And like Melissa said earlier, it does take time to build that, but that's the beauty of it, because as you progress through this, you're going to be growing as a person as well. And then there are quarterly bonuses that we get paid every single week, which is awesome, because if you're used to the corporate world, it's usually every other week or once a month for commissions or anything like that. But what we get paid is a complete direct reflection of how many people we help. And that's pretty powerful, especially when you want to give back. So anything you want to add to that, Melissa?
No, I love that. And it really is all about helping people and really connecting them to the fitness program that's going to help them get the best results. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where the coaching part of it comes in. They'll ask you, you kind of ask them what their goals are, what kind of, do they prefer cardio? Do they want strength training? And then we have an online office where you can go back and research the different programs so you become familiar with them, even if you haven't done them, but so that your job is to connect that person to the program that's going to help them get their best results, whatever that may be for them. And it is cool that we happen to make 25% commission off that. And it's not just the fitness programs and Shakeology. We also have, we have gym equipment back there. We have vitamins, we have supplements, there's a bunch of stuff on the website. And when you become a coach, you actually get 3 different websites. So that's pretty cool. Like Jenn was saying before, those team cycle bonuses, they really don't start happening until you start growing a team of your own. In fact, it's when you have 2 people join your direct team. But I'll be honest, and like I said, the longer you're in this and the more your team grows, that's when that comes into play. And I'll be totally honest, I don't sell that many things. I'm not very good at, I shouldn't say that, but like, kind of the longer you're in it, you're more into like training mode and stuff like that. So the majority of my income now, 3 years later, I'd say 90% of it comes from team cycle bonuses. And I love that. Like that, and that just shows how awesome my team is doing. And that's what I'm more concentrated on. So if you're sitting here and you're thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to replace my full-time income with 25% fitness programs, like that, you'd have to sell a lot. So the goal here, if you're, actually I'll go to the next slide here because that's what we're kind of talking about. If you're sitting here and you're like, I just want to make a little bit of money off of this and just kind of see where it goes, that you could base off of the 25% commission, right? We'd kind of put you in the hobby coach category there. You're like, okay, well, I already have a job, but I kind of want to see where this will take me. And you want to earn a little extra income. Okay, so that's that middle one. You love the products, you like helping others. Maybe you want to co-host a group. Maybe you're not ready to run your full-on group by yourself. I'm sure Jenn or Stacy or whoever is on their team will run it with you. That's kind of the cool thing about being on a team. Or, if you're a business builder and you're like, no, I am all in. I want to replace my full-time income. I want to come home with my kids. I want to move towards my family. If you have big dreams and you're like this, I can see the potential in this, and you want to build that life of freedom, you guys like go for that third bubble, like be a business builder. And that is all around building a team, and you're doing it together, learning together. My very first coach, I didn't know what the heck I was doing, honestly, and I relied on my team to help me train her type stuff. And that's what we're here for. So don't be scared to build your own tribe of people, because that's the fun part, and you learn it as you go together. And then the first bubble over there is the discount coach. That's pretty cool. If you're listening in on this and you're like, it sounds cool, I kind of want to be a part of it, but I just really want to get the 25% discount, then that's cool. You can do that too. And we don't have a sales quota in Beachbody, which is amazing. So it's not like you have to sell 5 challenge packs, and if you don't, then you're going to get fired. Like there's none of that. We have goals, and we have, things that we strive for. And we try to help at least 3 people every single month. And we are able to do that through our accountability groups. But I'm just putting it out there that if you want to just be a discount coach, that's totally an option as well. And you just tell your coach, hey, I want to sign up for those discounts. I'm really intrigued by this, but I don't think I'm ready to run a group or something. You just want to get those discounts. Just tell them that so that we can kind of train you differently and not hound you or, help you as much, I guess I should say. And then there's people in between. I started off just being a hobby coach. I literally just wanted to help pay off our car payment. That was my goal. And I realized quickly how fast I could do that. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to be a business builder. I'm going to switch. So it doesn't matter. Whatever bubble you sign up as is not necessarily where you're going to end up. Okay. We do have, I'll go to the next slide actually. Yep. let's see. Okay, so when you do decide to join our team, oh, somebody got cut off. Sorry. When you do decide to join our team, like I said, it is a job. So we have training and mentorship, and your coach is going to have one-on-one calls with you. We have live events. Like, that was one of the things that drew me to this business. When I heard my coach talk about what she was getting into, I searched out her coach, and I was like, oh, wow, like they're doing a live workout with trainers, and they're like at this event wearing like business suits. Like, I thought it was so cool that they actually got together a couple times a year, but not necessarily had to work next to each other in a cubicle, you know? So I love live events. That's like what really drew me into this. And like I said, the fringers or the friendships that come from this, getting in the best shape of your life. When you're hosting challenge groups, you can't fake it and say that you're just finished a workout when you didn't. So this job really does motivate you and encourage you to do your workouts. I think that it is very rare to say that you wake up excited to do your job. And I think me and Jen can both agree that we wake up and we're excited to see what we're going to put out there in social media, check into our challenge group, see who already did their workout at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, it's just cool to see that. And then getting, you know, if you go all in and you want to be a business builder, finding that financial freedom and having that goal or whatever it is. Like, for me, like I didn't mean to start off the thing saying, oh, I got a house, paid off my debt. I don't want it to be like that, because it never started off like that. I just wanted to pay off my car debt, you know? But I realized in a job that I loved so much, and just growing a team, that I was able to do that. And I only share that success because you can do that too. There's no reason I can do it, no reason Jen can do it, and you can't. So if you're sitting here thinking, no, I can't do it, yes, you can. Just think, why not me? Okay.
Right. Yep.
Is this me, Jen?
Yeah, that's you.
Okay. Okay. So I like this. I want to be part of this. How do I sign up? This is how you sign up. Okay. There's two ways. You can sign up for the $39.95 coach sign up fee. And I'm going to be honest, that's probably the worst way to do it. It is an option, but the best way to do it is with a challenge pack, where you get a full month worth of Shakeology. You get a fitness program of your choice, and that $40 coaching fee goes away. So obviously we want everybody to be a product of the product, and getting started with the challenge pack is the way to go. The only fee, like everybody always asks me, what am I getting myself into? This sounds too good to be true. No, it's not too good to be true. It's true. The only thing you have to pay for monthly is the $15 monthly website service fee. And like I said before, you get 3 websites when you sign up as a coach. And Beachbody is awesome, and they maintain and update that for you. And every single time there's a new product that comes out, Beachbody is awesome at doing that. You probably know that, like, oh my gosh, there's a new program coming out. Every time that happens, you don't have to get all technical and go in your back office and do the links. Like, they do that for you. So I think that $15 a month is pretty minimal fee to start your own business. People take out major loans to start a Panera or a Starbucks or whatever it may be. And we're asking for the cost of a challenge pack, and you're going to get in the best shape of your life. I did want to mention that if you are a military, either a veteran with good standing, a military wife, or am I missing something? I'm not good with the military. Active military,
Yeah.
You actually do not have to pay that sign-up fee, and you have no $15 month fee. So I wish I was military, but I'm not. But that's pretty awesome. If you're sitting here thinking, I've already bought a challenge pack and now I'm interested in the coaching opportunity, your fee is also waived. If you have ever bought a challenge pack through your coach, you can still sign up, and you do actually pay that $40 fee. And then as soon as your websites are up, you get immediately refunded from it. So that's pretty awesome. And Jen is just going to explain a little bit more about how awesome those are.
So the challenge packs, every month there's going to be a different promotion that Beachbody wants us to, or they'll discount a certain challenge pack. So like this month it's size, 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, and then the 3-day refresh. And the purpose of doing this is to kind of help y'all out, you know. They do all of the marketing and everything for us, but I'm going to get off on the tangent here, but the best way to get started, just like Melissa said, is through a challenge pack, because you know that you're going to have one healthy meal taken care of. We can't guarantee that we can give you all of the tools to get in the best shape of your life, but it's really going to take you taking the initiative and you showing up every day to do it. And that's what the challenge pack kind of gets you started with. So we're going to give you one healthy meal. We're going to give you a program. We're going to give you the meal plan and help you with that. And it ranges in price from $140 up to $205, depending on which workout program is going to be best for you and your body where it is right now. And then you do get a month's supply of Shakeology. It comes in 2 different options. So there's like a full big bag that's like the 30-day supply and it's one flavor, or there's the packets, which are 24 packets, and they make it easy for on the go, or if you want to try a few different flavors as well. Melissa, is there anything you wanted to say in addition to that, or can we go to the next slide?
You knocked it out.
Awesome. Home run. So what we're going to do is we're going to give Fixate Cookbook, because you know my story, you know a little bit about my journey. It all starts with nutrition, and nutrition is one thing that you can't control in a world of everything being stuff that you can't control. So we want to help you with that. So if for the first 2 people that join our team by the end of this month, we will give you a free Fixate Cookbook, and this is for February 2016, depending on when you're watching this. So feel free to ask us questions or anything like that, but there are some really, really tasty cookbooks or tasty recipes in the cookbook, and eating healthy doesn't have to be boring, and I think that this is proof of that.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
it's an awesome tool for your business because, you know, no matter what program you're doing, we all do the 21-day fix, the eating clean, portion controlled meal plan. That's kind of what we promote. And it is proven to help us lose weight loss and maintain a healthy lifestyle. So you guys, there are chicken and waffles in there. Like there are good recipes in there, like she said. So this is a steal. So the first 2 people to join. Okay, guys, and this is our last slide for this presentation. It's really just kind of a summary of everything. And we just really, in that top right corner, it says, come as you are. And that's how we want you, exactly who you are. Don't think that you need to be in the best shape of your life, that you need to live in a different place, that you need to have a better computer, that you need, you know, that you need something else. We want you to just genuinely come at whatever walk of life you are right now, and we'll figure out how to share your story. You know, some of the best things in life are hiding on the other side of fear. So, you know, I don't know if you're feeling any kind of fear of failure, fear of doubt, fear of self-worth, whatever it is. I can tell you that if you conquer that fear, like something amazing is on the other side of it. And I don't want to say that Beachbody is like the answer to all of your, you know, prayers and all that kind of stuff and paint this huge rainbow picture. But you know, something we actually didn't talk about were the 3 or 4 vital behaviors. This is what coaches do every single day. So we are a product of the product, you know, working out, drinking our Shakeology. And I'm going to be honest, and yes, of course, I have not worked out every single day of my life since becoming a coach. Like I have my days, you know, and I just posted that I didn't do it, or in my challenge groups. You know, we're real people here. The other thing is really diving into personal development, and that is huge. You know, we encourage 15 minutes a day of just bettering yourself as a person, and whether that's listening to an audio book, you know, while you're driving or doing dishes or laundry, or reading a book at night or in the morning, however you want to, but really getting your mindset right. And I know Jenn will probably talk a little bit about this, but that's a huge part of what we do. And it really leads and pours into the rest of what we do as coaches, because we are giving a lot of our time and a lot of our, you know, advice and stuff like that to other people. So we got to make sure that our tanks are full. The other thing that we do is every day is invite people on this journey. And like I said, whether that's on Instagram, Facebook, real life, on the phone, whatever it is, like once you become a part of this, like you can't help but share it. It's not like something you have to do. It's something that you want to do. And the other vital behavior that's coming is recognition. And, you know, if you're in our team page or when you join and get added to our coaches only page, you will see all kinds of recognition. And I think that this is something that the corporate world really needs to step up their game in, because people are not recognized in regular jobs for everything that they accomplish. In Beachbody and in our team, we recognize you for everything, and it's fun. So anyways, I want to recognize and just thank Jenn for doing this with me. I know that this call, it's uncomfortable to do this call, guys. Like, we're not professionals by any means. You know, we actually said a prayer. I'm going to throw it out there. We said a prayer before this call that whoever listens to this, like the right people are going to hear this and you're going to find the message for you, and that the right people are going to come and join Jenn's team, join our team. And, you know, we just really hope that you have that little tingling thing in your heart and that you want to do this and you see that it's a part of more. We're not just about selling challenge packs. We're really about helping people reach their goals and living healthy and fulfilling lives. And I just want to thank you, Jenn, for doing this with me. And I'm going to let you go ahead and finish it. And actually, let's screen share so we can see your pretty face one more time.
Oh, you.
Oh, you.
Oh,
Okay.
you.
Bring it home. How do you want to end this?
Well, thank you for inviting me along with you. And, you know, I talked about how I used to feel before, the insecure girl that was a little unsure and was a little fearful of being made fun of and not being enough. And when I took the leap of faith to become a coach and be the encourager of all things, I really learned a lot about who I was, and I really did just kind of fail forward because I'm not perfect. We're perfectly imperfect. And as long as we just try to be the best versions of ourselves and just focus on God for us, it's focusing on God and really surrendering over to Him. He puts the stepping stones in front of us. Like, for me, I know without a shadow of a doubt that this is what He wants for me. Like, I've never gotten lost in a job or in anything. Like, I lose track of time. I forget to eat when I'm working on Beachbody stuff, and that just doesn't happen. I know I get hangry, but I don't with this because I'm so passionate about it. And He's letting me dream big. And I'm not saying that Beachbody, like you said, it's not going to be the answer to everything, but maybe it's the stepping stone that's going to get you to where you want to be. Or maybe it's just going to be the next step for you right now. And maybe it'll help you branch out of your comfort zone or meet new people, whatever it may be. God has a plan, and I'm so excited and honored that you guys listened to this call. And I would love to have you on this team, and I would be with you every step of the way. Yes, you can do it. Yes, it's possible to dream big and to face your fears. And you do have enough time. You just have to prioritize, and you have to see that you want it. And if you want it, you'll do it. And that's it. That's how I wanted to end it.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks.